What if I told you that Porsche built a swimming car? Or that you could buy a 4x4 so small it makes a golf cart look like a monster truck? We're not talking about toys. We're talking about real functioning off-road machines so tiny they defy belief. Today, we're exploring the world of micro machines and impossible capabilities. These are the tiniest off-roaders you never knew existed. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be questioning the very definition of tough. Which machine will absolutely blow your mind? Let us know in the comments which one you dare to drive. And if you love discovering hidden engineering marvels, hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss this. First up, we have something that looks like a beach buggy designed by a high-fashion Italian brand. This is the Fervs Ranger. If you've never seen one, you're not alone. Only about 600 were ever made. Born in 1966, this tiny trailblazer was the strange love child of two iconic Italian brands. The name Fervs itself stands for Ferrari Veicoli Speciali. That's right, Ferrari. But don't let the name fool you into thinking there's a V12 under the hood. The chassis, suspension, and steering actually came from the tiny Fiat 600, while the engine was a 499cc two-cylinder unit from the Fiat 500. But this was no simple parts bin special. The Ranger was a serious utility vehicle. It featured an exposed minimalist body, a folding windshield, and seating for four, despite being just under 10 feet long. Where it truly shines, however, is in its off-road version. You could get the Ranger as a standard rear-wheel drive buggy, but the optional 4x4 model is the real prize. It featured a fully independent suspension on all four corners, a low-range gearbox, and an incredible amount of ground clearance for its size, making it a surprisingly capable little mountain goat. It was marketed as the do-everything vehicle, perfect for farmers, adventurers, or even wealthy estate owners who wanted something stylish to zip around their property. Its tiny engine only produced about 18 horsepower, but its ultra-lightweight body meant it could scramble over obstacles that would stop larger, heavier trucks. Today, the Fervs Ranger is a collector's dream, a testament to a bizarre moment in automotive history when Ferrari's engineering spirit accidentally created one of the most charming and capable micro machines ever. We all know the iconic Willys Jeep, the hero of World War II and the grandfather of all modern SUVs. But what about its little brother, or more accurately, its miniature replica? This isn't a Power Wheels toy. This is a mini Jeep 4x4, and while many are built for fun, they pack a serious punch. These micro Jeeps originated from various companies and even as complex DIY kits, designed to be more than just parade vehicles. They are a loving, functional tribute to the original, shrunk down to a scale that seems almost comical until you see what they can do. Don't let the size fool you. Underneath these scaled-down bodies, you won't find a lawnmower engine. Many of these mini Jeeps are powered by 125cc or even 150cc four-stroke engines, often sourced from ATVs. This means they have multi-speed transmissions, sometimes even with reverse, electric starters, and enough torque to actually be useful. Most importantly, many are equipped with a genuine four-wheel drive system, complete with locking differentials and high and low range gearing. They ride on aggressive all-terrain tires and feature functional suspension systems, allowing them to tackle mud, rocks, and steep inclines. While you certainly won't be crossing the Rubicon Trail in one, these mini Jeeps are far from being just toys. They are often used on large farms, ranches, or as pit vehicles at racetracks. They offer the utility of a UTV utility task vehicle, but with the unmistakable timeless style of the classic Willys Jeep. They exist in a strange and wonderful category of their own, part novelty, part serious tool, and 100% awesome. They prove that true off-road spirit isn't about size, but about design. When you hear the name Porsche, you think of sleek, low-slung sports cars like the 911 dominating racetracks. The last thing you think of is a rugged, high-riding amphibious military vehicle. But in 1953, that's exactly what Porsche built. Meet the Type 597, also known as the Jagdwagen or hunter's car. This was Porsche's answer to a German military contract calling for a light, all-terrain Jeep-style vehicle. And in typical Porsche fashion, they didn't just meet the brief, they over-engineered it in the most brilliant way possible. The 597 was a marvel. It featured a sealed monocoque steel body, which meant, yes, it could float, with no modifications. You could literally drive it off a riverbank, and the high-mounted exhaust and engine air intakes kept it safe. It was powered by a rear-mounted air-cooled 1.5-liter flat-four engine derived from the Porsche 356 sports car. This gave the 5,000-pound vehicle a top speed of over 60 miles per hour on land, but the real magic was its drivetrain. It featured a 5-speed manual gearbox with a selectable, on-the-fly four-wheel drive system, making it one of the very first Porsche vehicles with AWD. Despite its incredible performance, it could climb grades of up to 65%. The Jagdwagen ultimately lost the military contract to the DKW Munga, primarily because it was far too complex and expensive to produce. Porsche only built 71 of them, including prototypes. This wasn't just an off-roader, it was a 404 sports car in disguise, capable of swimming. It remains one of the rarest and most fascinating footnotes in the company's history, a true testament to Porsche's engineering prowess and a tiny off-roader that was decades ahead of its time. Now we venture into the world of ultra-budget electric vehicles. You may have seen this one on the internet, the Changli. Marketed as the world's cheapest car, you can famously order one from an online marketplace and have it delivered to your door in a box for as little as $100 to $400. It's a tiny, fully electric enclosed vehicle that's technically a neighborhood electric vehicle (NEV), not a street-legal car. With a top speed of about 25 miles per hour, it's designed for short trips around a village or a retirement community. So what is it doing in an off-road video? Well, in its stock form, it's anything but an off-roader. Its rear-wheel drive has tiny street tires and minimal suspension, but its rock-bottom price and simple construction have made it the unlikely hero of the DIY and builder community. The Changli has become the ultimate blank canvas for insane off-road modifications. Owners across the globe are buying these tiny EVs and immediately tearing them apart, transforming them into ludicrous micro-machines. They are lifting the suspension, welding on custom frames, and most importantly, adding 4-up or 4 drivetrains. People are swapping in solid axles from ATVs, installing powerful electric motors, and strapping on massive mud-terrain tires that are sometimes taller than the car itself. These modified Changli monsters are hilarious, capable, and completely unique. They represent the spirit of off-roading at its most creative and accessible. It's not a machine you buy for off-roading, it's a machine you make into an off-roader. It's a tiny titan by sheer force of imagination, proving that you don't need a six-figure budget to build something that can conquer the trails. In 1963, Japan's automotive landscape was changed forever by this tiny truck. This is the Honda T360, and it holds a special place in history. It wasn't just Honda's first-ever production automobile, it was also the father of the entire K-truck category in Japan. K-cars, or light automobiles, are a specific class of vehicles restricted in size and engine displacement to receive tax and insurance benefits. The T360 was designed to be the ultimate small but mighty workhorse for the narrow streets and rural farms of post-war Japan. What made the T360 so revolutionary was its engine. Instead of a boring utilitarian motor, Honda dropped in a 356cc double overhead cam 4-cylinder engine, basically a detuned motorcycle engine. It revved to an astonishing 8,500 RPM and produced 30 horsepower, making it the most powerful engine in its class by a huge margin. It was a tiny work truck with the soul of a sports car, and while the standard model was rear-wheel drive, Honda quickly recognized the needs of its rural customers and offered, you guessed it, a 4-wheel drive version. The T360 4WD was a revelation. It combined the truck's feather-light weight around 100 pounds with the grip of all-wheel drive. allowing it to scamper up muddy hills and through snowy fields with ease. It became an indispensable tool for farmers, construction workers, and delivery drivers in Japan's mountainous regions. The T360 set the template for all K-trucks to come, like the Suzuki Carry and Daihatsu Hijet. It's a legend, a tiny, high-revving pioneer that proved a work vehicle could be both practical and incredibly fun. Okay, time to shift gears. This next machine isn't a car in any traditional sense, but it is without question one of the tiniest and most unstoppable off-roaders on the planet. This is a crawler mini dumper. You may have seen these on construction sites or in professional landscaping videos, but they are marvels of off-road engineering. These are essentially motorized wheelbarrows on steroids, designed for one purpose: to move heavy loads over terrain that would be impossible for any other vehicle. Their secret weapon is obvious: tracks. Instead of wheels, these mini dumpers use high-grip rubber tracks, just like a bulldozer or a tank. This distributes the vehicle's weight over a much larger area, giving it incredibly low ground pressure. This means it can traverse soft mud, deep snow, loose sand, and steep, rocky hillsides without sinking in or losing traction. They are powered by robust, high-torque gasoline or diesel engines and are operated either by a standing user walking behind or from a small platform on the back. The dumper part of their name comes from the hydraulic or manual tipping bucket on the front. They can carry loads of 500, 1,000, or even 2,000 pounds, but the machines themselves remain incredibly compact. Many are designed to be narrow enough to fit through a standard backyard gate. This combination of a tiny footprint and massive all-terrain capability makes them the unsung heroes of heavy-duty work. They are pure, unfiltered off-road utility, and they prove that sometimes the most capable off-roader isn't one you drive, but one that works. If the Honda T360 was the father of the K-truck, the Suzuki Carry is its most famous and enduring son. First introduced in 1961, the Carry has gone through 12 generations and has become a global icon of micro-utility. You'll find these tiny vans and trucks everywhere, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to remote villages in the Andes. They are the definition of small but mighty. But we're not here to talk about the standard 2WD delivery van. We're here for its mountain climbing, mudslinging alter ego, the Suzuki Carry 404. The 4WD Carry is, simply put, one of the most capable and practical off-road vehicles ever sold, regardless of size. Because it's a K-class vehicle, it's incredibly lightweight. This, combined with its short wheelbase and narrow body, allows it to go places full-size trucks can only dream of. It can navigate dense forest trails, squeeze between tight rock formations, and cross narrow bridges. But its party piece is the drivetrain. Modern 4x4 models come with a driver-selectable system, high and low-range gearing, and even a locking rear differential. This is serious off-road hardware. A locking differential forces both rear wheels to spin at the same speed, giving it true, unrelenting traction in the worst conditions. Owners around the world lift them, put oversized all-terrain tires on them, and turn them into mini-monster trucks that are both adorable and shockingly capable. The Suzuki Carry 404 isn't just a vehicle, it's a tool, a partner, and a passport to the most inaccessible places. It is quite possibly the most versatile tiny off-roader in the world. Now we come to a true legend. This is the Steyr-Puch Haflinger. If you were to design a vehicle based on a mountain goat, this is what you would get. Built in Austria from 1959 to 1974, the Haflinger was a light, all-terrain vehicle designed for the military and for utility use in the treacherous Austrian Alps. It is named after the Haflinger horse, a small, rugged, and sure-footed mountain breed. The name is perfect because this vehicle is arguably the most capable off-roader, pound for pound, ever created. Its magic comes from two key features. First, it weighs almost nothing, just 1,300 pounds or 600 kilograms. You could practically pick it up. Second, and most importantly, it has portal axles. This is a technology usually found only on massive, extreme off-road trucks like the Mercedes Unimog. Portal axles mean the axle tube is above the center of the wheel hub, with a set of gears porting power down to the wheel. This gives the tiny Haflinger an absolutely absurd amount of ground clearance. It also has independent suspension on all four corners and front and rear locking differentials. This combination is unstoppable. The Haflinger can climb terrain that would make a modern Jeep Wrangler sweat. It's powered by a tiny air-cooled two-cylinder engine in the rear, but its gearing is so low and its grip so tenacious that it just doesn't care. It will crawl up rocks, through snow, and across streams. It's a masterpiece of minimalist engineering, a vehicle where every single component is designed for one thing: off-road supremacy. It's the original go-anywhere vehicle, and it remains an icon for those in the know. What do you get when you cross a 1960s beach icon with a modern-day jet ski? You get this: the Lazareth Amphibie. French custom builder Ludovic Lazareth is known for creating some of the wildest vehicles on Earth, from flying motorcycles to V8-powered quad bikes. And this is his take on the tiny off-roader. It's a modern amphibious reimagining of the classic Mini Moke, a small doorless utility vehicle based on the original Mini. But Lazareth's version has a mind-blowing secret. On land, it's a tiny, fun, all-terrain buggy. It's powered by a 400cc single-cylinder engine, which doesn't sound like much, but in a vehicle this small and light, it's more than enough for spirited driving on trails and beaches. It features a robust 4x4 system, giving it the grip it needs to get out of sandy situations. The body is made from aluminum, keeping it lightweight and corrosion-resistant. It's the perfect little machine for a day at the beach, but when you get to the water's edge, you don't stop. With the flick of a switch, the Lazareth Amphibie transforms. A propeller deploys from the rear, and the vehicle drives straight into the water. It uses its propeller for thrust, becoming a small boat capable of about 7 knots. It's a seamless transition from land to sea. It's not a 1950s military prototype like the Jagdwagen. This is a modern, stylish, and highly functional amphibious vehicle you can almost buy. It's the ultimate expression of fun, a tiny off-roader that refuses to be limited by the coastline. This next one is a bit of a cheat, because it's not a vehicle itself, but rather a system that creates one of the most insane tiny off-roaders imaginable. You're looking at the Arctic Cat Quad Track. What you see is a standard Arctic Cat Prowler, a side-by-side UTV, but its wheels have been replaced by 4 independent triangular track systems. This, in essence, turns a highly capable ATV into a miniature high-speed tank. This is the ultimate all-season, all-terrain solution. Unlike a single-body snowmobile, this quad-track system gives you true 4x4 capability, but with the surface area and grip of a tank. Each track assembly articulates independently, allowing the vehicle to crawl over massive obstacles, deep snow, thick mud, and jagged rocks. The amount of flotation these tracks provide is incredible, allowing the UTV to glide over snow that would swallow a human whole. It's not just for snow either. In swamps, deserts, or muddy construction sites, these tracks provide unparalleled traction where tires would just spin. The Prowler itself is already a capable off-road machine with a powerful engine, a robust 4x4 system, and a utility bed for hauling gear. But adding the track system elevates it to a completely different level. It becomes a year-round workhorse or an extreme exploration vehicle. It's a tiny off-roader that can go places even the most modified 4x4 trucks can't, simply because it doesn't need to find solid ground. It just floats over the top of everything. It's a brutal, effective, and awesome piece of micro-machine engineering. We've saved one of the weirdest for last. This is the TerraJet. And no, it's not a jet, it's an amphibious 404 thing that's been in production since the 1970s. It's one of the most unique and specialized off-roaders ever conceived, designed to go where absolutely nothing else can. Its most striking feature? Those massive, low-pressure balloon tires. These tires are the key to its go-anywhere ability. They act as both suspension and flotation, allowing the Terrajet to drive over extremely soft terrain like swamps or tundra without sinking. But it gets weirder. The Terrajet is powered by a 20-horsepower engine which powers all four wheels, but it doesn't steer like a car. It uses skid steer just like a tank or a bobcat. To turn, you brake the wheels on one side. This gives it a 0-degree turning radius, allowing it to pivot in place. And its off-road specs are just comical. It can climb a 45-degree solid slope. Let me repeat that. 45 degrees. That's a slope you can barely walk up. And of course, it's fully amphibious. Those giant tires allow it to float, and it propels itself through the water by the spin of its treads. This isn't a vehicle for comfort or speed. Its top speed is only about 20 miles per hour. This is a vehicle for a very specific and very difficult job. It's used in remote surveying, search and rescue, and environmental research in places that are 90% water and 10% mud. The Terrajet is a bizarre, brilliant, and incredibly tough micro-machine. It is the definition of a specialized off-roader, a tiny titan that has quietly been conquering the world's most impossible terrain for decades. From a swimming Porsche to a mountain-climbing halflinger and a tank-treaded ATV, the world of tiny off-roaders is stranger and more capable than we ever imagined. These machines prove that size has nothing to do with toughness. Which one of these micro-machines completely shocked you? Would you take the Terrajet through a swamp or the halflinger up a mountain? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love discovering these hidden gems, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. You won't want to miss our next deep dive. If I told you there is a tank so small you could fit it in your back seat, or a machine that drives on snow using giant screws instead of wheels, would you believe me? Welcome to the world of mad engineering. Today we are exposing the 10 most bizarre snow vehicles ever built. From expensive toys to dangerous, forgotten weapons of war. Number 5 is literally a nightmare. Are you ready? Punch that subscribe button right now and let's explore the things you won't believe actually exist. Let's kick things off with a piece of hardcore engineering designed for the harshest environments on Earth, the Pelec Mini 3. At first glance, it looks like someone shrunk a tactical tank and gave it a futuristic facelift. This isn't just a snow vehicle, it's a fully amphibious transporter. That means whether you are crossing a frozen lake or a muddy swamp, the Pelec doesn't care. It features a lightweight, watertight steel hull that allows it to float, making it the ultimate survival tool for unpredictable terrain where ice might break beneath you, turning a potential disaster into a simple boat ride. Under the hood, this compact beast typically packs a reliable engine ranging from 300cc to 680, delivering around 20 to 28 horsepower. While that might sound modest, the torque is geared specifically for difficult terrain, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 20 mph on land. More impressively, it has a towing capacity of nearly 800 lbs, meaning it can haul your gear, wood, or supplies without breaking a sweat. The continuous track system distributes the vehicle's weight so effectively that it exerts less ground pressure than a human foot, allowing it to glide over deep, soft snow instead of sinking. Why is this on our list? Because it creates a bridge between a recreational toy and a serious tactical vehicle. It is small enough to fit into the back of a standard American pickup truck or a small utility trailer, solving the biggest headache of off-road enthusiasts: transportation logistics. You don't need a semi-truck to haul this, you just load it up and head to the wilderness. The driving experience is akin to a zero-turn mower but on steroids, capable of spinning 360 degrees in place. For hunters or property owners, the Pelec Mini 3 offers unmatched versatility and protection from the elements. We are officially trading the deafening roar of two-stroke gas engines for the silent, lethal power of the future with the electric snow cart. Forget about yanking on a frozen pull cord until your arm falls off. This machine is all about instant neck-snapping torque. Typically, these builds start with a standard racing go-kart chassis, but instead of slick tires, they are fitted with a custom heavy-duty rubber track system at the rear and steerable skis up front. The driving experience is completely alien compared to a regular sled. When you mash the throttle, there is absolutely zero lag. No smoke, no vibration, just immediate power delivery that launches you across the powder like a silent rocket. Let's get into the technical specifications because this is where the magic happens. These snow carts are usually powered by massive 3,000 to 5,000 watt brushless DC motors, often running on high-voltage 72-volt systems. While the top speed might top out around 30 miles per hour, do not let that number fool you. The acceleration is violent. Electric motors provide 100% of their torque at 0 RPM, which is a game-changer in deep snow where gas engines often bog down. Furthermore, the heavy lithium-ion battery packs are mounted low in the center of the frame, creating an incredibly low center of gravity. This means you can throw this machine sideways into a drift with almost zero risk of flipping over. This vehicle earns its spot on our list because it is the ultimate silent assassin of the winter world. You can literally rip through your backyard or local forest trails at midnight without waking up a single neighbor, something a gas-powered machine could never do. For the American DIY mechanic, the electric snow cart is becoming a massive trend because it effectively eliminates winter maintenance. There are no carburetors to clean, no oil to change, and no cold start issues. It represents a new wave of recreational engineering, clean, quiet, and requiring nothing but a power outlet to keep the fun going. It is the perfect blend of modern EV tech and classic drifting joy. If you grew up playing Call of Duty and wished you could bring it to real life, the mini paintball tank is your answer. These aren't just props. They are fully functional, single-seater tracked vehicles, often equipped with a paintball marker mounted in a rotating turret. Originally popularized in the UK and now seen in adventure parks across the US, these mini-tanks are capable of traversing snow, mud, and grass. They are typically built with a robust fiberglass shell molded to look like classic military armor, complete with camouflage paint jobs, making them instantly recognizable and visually imposing on the field. Mechanically, these tanks are powered by reliable engines like the Honda GX390, producing around 13 horsepower. They aren't built for speed, topping out at around 6 to 8 mpsa, but they compensate with torque and authenticity. The experience inside is claustrophobic in the best way possible. You operate the vehicle using 2 levers, push both forward to go, pull back to brake, and alternate to turn, perfectly mimicking the control scheme of real military armor. The suspension is surprisingly capable, utilizing a bogey wheel system that allows the rubber tracks to absorb bumps and navigate over frozen ruts and small snowbanks. This vehicle makes the list because it fulfills a very specific fantasy, commanding your own armor. It's bizarre because it's a weapon of war shrunk down for recreational fun. While you probably won't use this to commute to work, owning one costs roughly the same as a mid-range ATV. It is loud, it is aggressive, and it lets you blast your friends with paint while crushing snowdrifts. Whether you are running a rental business or just want the ultimate toy for your large property, the mini paintball tank is the ultimate flex for the overgrown kid in all of us. Now let's talk about a machine that redefines mobility, the Ziesel by Matro. At first glance, you might mistake it for an electric wheelchair, but that would be a massive insult to this Austrian engineering marvel. The Ziesel is a high-end off-road beast designed for absolute freedom. It features 2 powerful electric motors that are integrated directly into the drive system. Because it is electric, it is completely silent, meaning you can tear through a quiet winter forest without disturbing the wildlife or your neighbors, offering a stealthy and serene driving experience unlike any gas-powered vehicle. The specs on the Ziesel are staggering. It delivers nearly 370 lb-ft of torque instantly, which is more than many compact cars. This allows it to climb 60% gradients with ease. It weighs around 660 lbs, largely due to the massive lithium-ion battery pack, which provides enough juice for up to 4 to 5 hours of riding. Top speed sits comfortably at 22 mph, which feels incredibly fast in an open cockpit. The control system is operated entirely by a high-precision joystick attached to a wooden armrest, making it intuitive and accessible to almost anyone, including paraplegics. The Ziesel is on this list because it's a triumph of inclusive design meeting extreme performance. It features a tubular steel frame for rollover protection, a 4-point safety harness, and aggressive rubber tracks that grip onto ice and deep snow like claws. It's weird because it blurs the line between a medical device and an extreme sport utility vehicle. It is expensive, luxurious, and incredibly capable. Whether you are navigating a ski resort or exploring backcountry trails, the Ziesel proves that you don't need legs to hike a mountain, you just need torque and tracks. We are taking a dark turn into history with the Goliath tracked mine, arguably the most terrifying small vehicle on this list. Used by the German Wehrmacht during World War II, this wasn't a vehicle for people, it was a remote-controlled suicide machine. Standing only about a foot tall and 4 feet long, the Goliath, ZDK FZ-302-303, was designed to carry explosives into enemy bunkers. While it was originally designed for war, its ability to traverse rough, snowy terrain on its tiny tracks makes it a fascinating, albeit grim, ancestor to modern ground drones. Mechanically, the Goliath was a nightmare of early robotics. It could carry between 130 to 220 lbs of high explosives. It was steered via a trailing wire connected to a joystick control box held by a soldier, with a range of roughly 2,000 feet. It came in 2 versions, an electric motor version and a later more reliable gasoline engine version. Speed was slow, topping out at around 6 mph, just enough to creep up on targets. In deep winter on the Eastern Front, these little machines struggled, but when they worked, they were small enough to hide in snowdrifts before detonating. Why include a W-Twitch-weapon in a list of snow vehicles? Because it shows the bizarre origins of remote-controlled track technology. Today, collectors and museums have restored the shells of these machines and drive them around at reenactments. Seeing a Goliath trundle through the snow today is a chilling reminder of history, but also a look at one of the earliest, weirdest off-road drones ever built. It represents a time when engineers were trying to miniaturize tank technology, creating a tiny, expendable vehicle with a massive destructive purpose. We are swapping the factory assembly line for a welding torch and creativity with the homemade tracked ATV Patrol Mini. This isn't something you can buy at a dealership. It is a testament to garage ingenuity, often inspired by legendary mini off-road designs. It essentially looks like a metal crate sitting on tank tracks, stripped of all vanity features. The design is brutally simple: a square steel frame, a single seat, and 2 continuous rubber tracks that dominate the vehicle's profile. It's the kind of machine that makes you stop and ask, "Did you build that?" It transforms the concept of an ATV from a wheeled recreational vehicle into an unstoppable, compact tank that can squeeze between dense trees where larger snowmobiles would get wedged tight. Under the raw metal skin, simplicity is key. These mini-tanks are typically powered by standard 4-stroke industrial engines, such as a 13 to 15 horsepower Honda GX390 or the popular Predator clones found in the US. While 15 horsepower sounds low, the gearing is reduced significantly to prioritize torque over top speed, usually capping out at around 15 to 18 mph. Power is transferred via a torque converter, CVT, to a shortened car differential or a custom chain drive system. Steering is achieved through a classic skid steer setup, braking one track to turn, which allows this little box to spin 360 degrees on a dime, making it incredibly agile in dense forests or tight garage spaces. This machine earns its spot on the list because it represents the democratization of off-road capability. It is small enough to load into the bed of a mid-size pickup truck without needing a trailer, which is a massive advantage for the solo explorer looking to travel far. It's rugged, utilitarian, and surprisingly capable in deep snow due to its incredibly low ground pressure. Whether used for checking trap lines, hauling firewood, or just patrolling the perimeter of your large property in deep winter, the Patrol Mini proves that you don't need a $20,000 budget to own a personal tank. It might be ugly, it might be loud, but it is absolutely brilliant engineering for the common man. Let's throw it back to the 1970s with the ATEX 450. Before modern ATVs took over, the 66C6 amphibious vehicle was the king of weird off-road fun. ATEX was one of the biggest names in the game. While it normally runs on 6 balloon tires for winter use, owners would wrap distinct plastic tracks around the wheels, transforming it into a tank-like snow cruiser. The 450 designation refers to the high-output engine class, often a Rockwell JLO engine, which made this lightweight plastic tub terrifyingly fast for its time. The ATEX operates on skid steer principles. You pull the left lever to stop the left wheels, causing the vehicle to spin left. In the snow, this thing is a drifting machine. It weighs only about 300 to 400 lbs, and with around 35 to 45 horsepower depending on the tune, it has a power-to-weight ratio that rivals modern sport quads. Because the body is a sealed high-density polyethylene HDPE tub, it floats, meaning if you break through thin ice, you aren't sinking, you're boating. The ride quality is bouncy and the noise from the two-stroke engine is deafening, but that's part of the charm. However, the ATEX holds a special place in the heart of vintage collectors. It represents a golden era of anything-goes recreational vehicle design. It's small, bizarrely shaped, and incredibly capable in deep powder when tracked up. While modern ATVs have suspension and power steering, the ATEX delivers a raw, visceral connection to the terrain. It's a reminder that sometimes the old ways of having fun, loud engines, blue smoke, and simple plastic bodies, are still the best ways to enjoy the winter landscape. Imagine if an M1 Abrams tank had a baby with a skateboard, the offspring would be the DTV Shredder. This is the true definition of a bizarre hybrid. You don't sit on it, you stand on it. It is the world's first dual-tracked vehicle that is steered by body leaning. Just like skateboarding or snowboarding, you lean the deck left to turn left, while the handlebars are purely for stability and throttle. It turns your body into the controller. It is aggressive, it is loud, and it looks more like a gadget from a sci-fi action movie than a traditional snow vehicle. Power-wise, the DTV Shredder is no toy. It packs a 208cc four-stroke engine, pumping out around 14 horsepower and respectable torque. What makes it an engineering masterpiece is the patented dual CVT transmission system. This allows each track to spin at different speeds based on the tilt of the standing deck, enabling tight spins and precise drifts. With a top speed reaching up to 30 mph, the sensation of standing upright on two tracks tearing through the snow is visceral and far more adrenaline-pumping than any sit-down vehicle. This vehicle earns a spot on the list because it essentially invents a brand new sport. It bridges the gap between X Games extreme sports and utility motoring. It is compact enough to fit in the trunk of a large SUV, yet powerful enough to tow a friend on a sled behind you. While it works year-round on mud and sand, on snow, it transforms into a drift monster. For the American male who loves the freedom of snowboarding but craves the raw mechanical muscle of an internal combustion engine, the DTV Shredder is the ultimate machine to own. If you were a kid in the late 80s, the Yamaha Snowscoot 80 was the holy grail. It wasn't a full-size snowmobile and it wasn't a toy. It was this weird boxy hybrid that looked like a Honda Elite scooter had a baby with a sled. It featured a distinct step-through design where you sat like you were riding a Vespa, keeping your legs protected behind the fairing. Produced from 1988 to 1990, it became an instant icon due to its accessible size and bizarre styling that broke the mold of traditional snowmobile aesthetics. Despite its toy-like appearance, the Snowscoot was a legitimate machine. It was powered by an 80cc two-stroke engine that could push the lightweight vehicle to speeds of around 30 mph. Because it weighed significantly less than a standard sled, it floated over snow surprisingly well. It utilized a leaf spring front suspension and a simple rear shock, making it durable and easy to maintain. The kickstart mechanism and automatic transmission meant that anyone could hop on and ride without needing to master a clutch or gears, democratizing snow travel for younger riders. The Snow Scoot is on this list because it defies the bigger is better logic of American snowmobiling. It's tiny, it looks funny, and it has small tires and skis, but it offers a smile per mile ratio that $15,000 sleds can't match. It became a cult classic, with used models selling for thousands of dollars decades later. Yamaha actually realized they had lightning in a bottle and recently brought the Snow Scoot name back with modern engineering, proving that this weird scooter-like design wasn't just a fad, it was a legend. Finally, we have the Bobslaw, a machine that answers the question, what if a bobsled had an engine? Hailing from the Austrian Alps, this is an electric snow cart designed specifically for drifting. Unlike almost every other vehicle on this list, it doesn't use skis to steer. Instead, it uses a dual-track drive system at the rear, similar to a tank. You steer by varying the speed of the tracks, slow down the left track to turn left, and vice versa. The front is just a plastic slider that glides effortlessly over the snow. The Bobslaw is tiny, extremely low to the ground, and surprisingly fast. It hits speeds of up to 20 mph, but because you are sitting inches off the ice, the sensation of speed is amplified, making it feel like 40 mph. It runs on interchangeable lithium batteries, allowing for a continuous operation at resorts. The electric motors ensure it's eco-friendly for alpine environments. The learning curve is steep but rewarding. It requires body English, leaning into turns, and precise throttle control to get it to slide perfectly around a hairpin turn without spinning out. This ends our list because it is the ultimate modernization of the weird snow vehicle concept. It looks like a futuristic pod, it drives like a drift car, and it fits in the bizarre niche of electric snow racing. It is currently being marketed to ski resorts as an alternative to skiing, a sort of snow go-karting attraction. If you ever get the chance to visit a resort that has these, don't walk, run. It's the closest you'll get to playing Mario Kart in real life on a frozen track. From the terrifying history of the Goliath tank to the electric drifting madness of the Bobslaw, these machines prove that when it comes to snow, humans will build just about anything to conquer it. Which one of these tiny titans would you park in your garage? I'm betting on the Ziesel for that luxury tank feel. Let me know your pick in the comments below. If you enjoyed this frozen deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more engineering oddities. Stay warm and I'll see you in the next one. Have you ever seen a giant off-road vehicle crossing snowy mountains and wondered if there are smaller, equally mighty machines? There certainly are, and they are so small you won't believe your eyes. Today we're diving into the world of these snow-conquering little guys, the machines that have changed how people travel in harsh environments. Get ready because what you're about to see is completely different. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on other unique videos. Let's start with a legend in the world of snow vehicles, the Bombardier BR100, a machine born in the early 1970s that changed how we view snow travel. The BR100 isn't just a vehicle, it's a testament to refined engineering. Instead of focusing on brute force, this machine was created for a specific purpose: maintaining snowmobile trails, patrolling, and transportation in deep snow areas that larger vehicles couldn't reach. With its compact size and flexible track system, the BR100 can navigate narrow paths while still ensuring stable performance on steep terrain. It's equipped with a powerful 4-cylinder engine paired with an automatic transmission, making it easy for the driver to operate even in harsh weather conditions. The BR100's design is very practical, with a compact cabin that still has enough room for 2 people and necessary equipment. The body is made from light and durable composite materials, which reduces the overall weight and increases its ability to float on soft snow, a key factor that gives it an edge over other heavy vehicles. Although it's a classic model, the BR100 is still sought after by collectors and off-road enthusiasts, not only for its historical value but also for its surprisingly good performance. Its superior power relative to its small size has made it an icon in the small snow vehicle segment, proving that size isn't everything when it comes to overcoming nature's harshest challenges. The special thing about the BR100 is its versatility. It's not just used for recreation but also serves professional purposes like rescue missions, environmental protection, and border patrol. The combination of its smart design, reliable performance, and high adaptability is what secured the BR100 a firm place in the history of the snow vehicle industry. Today, these vehicles are still used in many parts of the world, especially in snowy mountainous regions, where they continue to demonstrate their might, a powerful reminder of the endurance of a tiny machine. Released in 1958, the Tucker Snow Kitten is a classic example of the innovative thinking of Emmett Tucker, the founder of Tucker Snowcat. This vehicle isn't just a miniature version of the Snowcat line, it carries a unique design philosophy. With a separate 4-axle drive system, the Snow Kitten has excellent traction on all types of snowy terrain, from steep slopes to icy areas. It was specifically designed for use in small ski resorts, forest reserves, and public facilities where a lightweight, flexible, and easy-to-maintain vehicle was needed. The Ford 4-cylinder engine provides enough power to get over the toughest hills and trails, while its simple design makes it a highly reliable machine. The Snow Kitten is known for its compact, lightweight design, weighing only about 1,576 pounds, and its simple yet effective 2-seat cabin. The cabin was designed to maximize the driver's visibility, a crucial factor when moving over uneven terrain. The design simplicity also helped reduce production and maintenance costs, making it an economical choice for many organizations. The Snow Kitten isn't just a workhorse, it's also a recreational vehicle favored by collectors. Its charming appearance, combined with surprising performance, has made it a sought-after vehicle. The uniqueness of the Snow Kitten lies in Tucker's exclusive spiral axle system, which allows it to screw through snow effectively. This was one of the first snow vehicles to use this technology, giving it a significant competitive advantage. Today, classic Snow Kittens are still sought after and restored by collectors, not just for their historical value but also for their charming appearance and amazing performance. It remains an icon of creativity and innovation in the snow vehicle industry. The Bombardier J5 is a true legend in the world of snow vehicles. Launched in the 1960s, the J5 was designed to replace the B12 model and quickly became an indispensable vehicle in many industries. With its sturdy build and powerful engine, the J5 was widely used by power companies, telecommunications companies, and patrol teams. It's known for its durability and its ability to operate in all weather conditions, from severe snowstorms to frigid, icy days. Although it's a small vehicle, the J5 is still capable of effectively transporting goods and towing heavy equipment. The J5's design is characterized by its dual-track system, which allows it to move smoothly and stably on snow while minimizing pressure on the surface, preventing it from sinking deeply. Its powerful 6-cylinder engine combined with a manual transmission provides outstanding performance. The J5's cabin was designed to maximize the driver's visibility and can accommodate 2 to 3 people, depending on the configuration. Although it is not the smallest vehicle, the J5 is still considered a giant in the small snow vehicle segment. Today, the J5 is still sought after by off-road enthusiasts and collectors. It is not just a means of transport, it's a piece of history. Videos of J5 still operating in the snow attract millions of views on YouTube, proving its enduring appeal. The combination of its robust design, reliable performance, and high adaptability is what secured the J5 a firm place in the history of the snow vehicle industry, and it continues to be an icon of power and durability. When people think of Yanmar, they usually think of agricultural tractors, but the Yanmar AC21 crawler is a surprising example of adaptability. Originally produced as a compact farm tractor, the AC21 was quickly discovered by off-road enthusiasts and converted into an impressive snow vehicle. With its powerful 3-cylinder diesel engine, this machine is capable of tackling many types of harsh terrain, from muddy fields to thick layers of snow. Its lightweight and compact design make it perfect for navigating narrow trails. What's special about the Yanmar AC-21 is the combination of its traditional agricultural design and its performance as a specialized snow vehicle. Its track system not only provides excellent traction on muddy ground but also helps it float on soft snow. Yanmar's diesel engines are famous for their durability and fuel efficiency, making it easy for users to maintain and operate for a long time. Although it wasn't produced as a snow vehicle, the AC-21 has proven that a farm tractor can also become a powerful machine in a snowy environment. With its versatility and reliable performance, the Yanmar AC-21 has become a formidable competitor in the small off-road vehicle segment. It's not only used in agriculture but is also sought after by collectors and off-road enthusiasts. The combination of its compact design, surprising power, and versatility is what secured the Yanmar AC-21 a firm place in the hearts of off-road fans. It's a perfect example of how a small machine can be transformed to conquer big challenges. Let's move on to a vehicle with a military history, the Ferret snow tractor. Starting as a British military reconnaissance vehicle, the Ferret was converted into a powerful snow tractor. Although it wasn't a dedicated snow vehicle, the Ferret proved its excellent off-road capability thanks to its powerful six-cylinder engine and sturdy construction. Its design allows it to move across a variety of terrains, from rough trails to deep snow. This is one of the small off-road vehicles capable of efficiently transporting goods and towing heavy equipment. The uniqueness of the Ferret lies in its military history. Initially designed for reconnaissance and transport in difficult conditions, it was modified for civilian use. Ferret snow tractors are often used by enthusiasts and collectors who want to own a machine with a long history. Although not the most compact vehicle, the Ferret is still considered a giant in the small off-road vehicle segment. Today, Ferret snow tractors can still be found all over the world, from snowy mountains to sandy beaches. The combination of its sturdy design, reliable performance, and long history is what secured the Ferret snow tractor a firm place in the hearts of off-road enthusiasts. It is a living testament to how a vehicle can be transformed to serve various purposes, an icon of flexibility and adaptability. The ATEX 6X6 is one of the most versatile off-road vehicles ever built. Launched in the 1970s, this vehicle not only runs on snow but also has amphibious capabilities, making it a true all-in-one machine. With 6 wheels and high-traction tires, the ATEX 6C6 can conquer any terrain, from swamps, sand, and mud to thick layers of snow. Its compact design and lightweight make it perfect for transport and recreation. It's equipped with a powerful 2-cylinder engine, providing enough power to get over the toughest hills and trails. The uniqueness of the ATEX 6C6 lies in its independent 6-wheel drive system, which allows it to pivot in place. This makes it incredibly agile in tight spaces. Although it wasn't a dedicated snow vehicle, the ATEX 6C6 proved its excellent off-road capabilities and is highly sought after by off-road enthusiasts. It's a perfect example of how a vehicle can be designed to cope with a wide variety of terrains. Today, ATEX 6C6 vehicles can still be found all over the world, from snowy mountains to sandy beaches. The combination of its unique design, reliable performance, and versatility is what secured the ATEX 6C6 a firm place in the hearts of off-road enthusiasts. It is a living testament to the creativity and adaptability of engineers. The Yamaha Snow Scoot 80 is one of the most compact and lightweight snowmobiles ever produced. Launched in 1988, this vehicle was designed to be easy for beginners and children to use. Despite its small size, the Snow Scoot 80 still has surprising performance. Its powerful 79cc engine combined with an automatic transmission allows it to move smoothly over snow. It is equipped with a safe braking system and easy-to-handle steering, which makes it a perfect choice for beginners. The uniqueness of the Snow Scoot 80 lies in its practical design. Not only is it lightweight, but it also has easy-to-handle steering and a safe braking system. This makes it a perfect option for beginners. Today, these classic Snow Scoot 80s are still sought after by collectors. The combination of its compact design, reliable performance, and safety is what secured the Yamaha Snow Scoot 80 a firm place in the hearts of off-road enthusiasts. It is a living testament to how a vehicle can be designed to serve various purposes, an icon of flexibility and adaptability. The Yardman Snow Cub is a classic example of the creativity of agricultural machinery manufacturers. Launched in the 1970s, this vehicle was specially designed for children and beginners. With its small size, lightweight, and simple drivetrain, the Snow Cub is very easy to use and maintain. It's equipped with a powerful four-stroke engine, providing enough power to get over the toughest hills and trails. The uniqueness of the Snow Cub lies in its simple yet effective design. It doesn't have many complex features, but it is very reliable. This makes it a perfect choice for those who want to experience the feeling of driving on snow without having to buy an expensive vehicle. Today, these classic Snow Cubs are still sought after by collectors. The Bohlins Husky is one of the first snowmobiles ever produced. Launched in the 1960s, this vehicle was specially designed for people who wanted to move easily over snow. With its unique design, it doesn't have a seat but instead pulls the driver, who sits on a sled behind it. The uniqueness of the Husky lies in its unique design and its ability to move over snow. Although it doesn't have many modern features, it is still one of the most beloved snowmobiles. Today, these classic Huskies are still sought after by collectors. The combination of its unique design, reliable performance, and safety is what secured the Bohlins Husky a firm place in the hearts of off-road enthusiasts. It is a living testament to how a vehicle can be designed to serve various purposes, an icon of flexibility and adaptability. As you've seen, the world of off-road snow vehicles isn't just about giant machines. From the compact Bombardier BR100 and the adorable Tucker Snow Kitten to the kid-friendly Yamaha Snow Scoot 80, each vehicle tells a unique story. They prove that creativity and flexibility are the true keys to conquering the harshest environments. Which vehicle impressed you the most? Leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting videos. Forget everything you know about off-roading. We are entering the brutal frozen wastes of the Arctic, a place where standard engines freeze solid and metal snaps like twigs. To survive here, you don't need a car, you need a monster. In this video, we are unleashing 9 of the most insane, unstoppable, and engineering-defying vehicles ever built. You're about to see a wind-powered train that crosses Antarctica, a 6-wheeled fortress that swims through ice, and a gravity-defying beast that climbs vertical walls. Do not click away because you won't believe the capability of the final machine on our list. Buckle up, smash that subscribe button right now to join this polar expedition, and let's conquer the ice. We start with something that completely defies the laws of conventional motoring. Forget diesel engines or electric batteries, meet the wind sled. This is the world's only zero-emission polar vehicle, and it looks like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Invented by the legendary polar explorer Ramon Larramendi, the wind sled is essentially a massive multi-module catamaran sled. It is designed to travel thousands of miles across the vast Antarctic and Arctic plateaus without burning a single drop of fuel. It challenges the very idea of heavy transport by proving that you don't need horsepower to move mountains of gear. The genius of the wind sled lies in its brilliant simplicity and modularity. It consists of several tent-like modules mounted on flexible wooden runners, serving as sleeping quarters, laboratories, and storage. The entire rig is capable of carrying over 4,400 pounds of cargo. The power source is the wind itself, harnessed by giant kites that range from 50 to over 800 square feet depending on the wind intensity. It glides silently across the ice, reaching speeds of up to 19 miles per hour. It is a terrifying yet beautiful experience, sailing across a frozen ocean with nothing but the sound of the wind and the ice cracking beneath you. But why would anyone use this instead of a powerful truck? It is all about the environmental footprint. For scientific expeditions tasked with collecting pristine snow samples, the wind sled is the perfect tool because it leaves absolutely no chemical trace or exhaust fumes to contaminate the research. It has successfully completed circumnavigations of Greenland and dangerous crossings of Antarctica, proving its durability. It demonstrates that sometimes the best way to conquer the harshest environment on Earth isn't to fight against it with brute force, but to intelligently harness its own raw energy to push forward into the unknown. Next, we move to the unforgiving terrain of Russia, where the engineering is as brutal as the weather. Enter the Burlak, a massive 6x6 amphibious transporter designed with one specific goal: to reach the North Pole and return safely. Unlike modified SUVs that simply add bigger tires, the Burlak was built from the ground up to be a self-sufficient home on wheels. Its appearance is intimidating, resembling a futuristic armored personnel carrier mixed with a monster truck. It was created by designer Alexei Makarov, who wanted a vehicle that could replace the unsupported, dangerous expeditions of the past. The most striking feature of the Burlak is its massive low-pressure tires, which stand nearly 6 feet tall. These tires allow the vehicle to displace enough water to float and roll over deep snow without sinking. The body is heavily insulated, functioning like a thermos to keep the crew warm even when outside temperatures drop to -76 degrees Fahrenheit. Mechanically, the engine is situated inside the cabin, accessible from the living quarters. This ensures the motor never freezes and allows mechanics to perform repairs in their underwear without ever stepping out into the deadly blizzard. Inside, the Burlak is surprisingly civilized for a survival machine. It is equipped with a kitchen, sleeping bunks for 8 people, and a shower, effectively allowing a crew to live autonomously in the polar wilderness for weeks at a time. The vehicle is completely sealed, meaning if the ice breaks beneath it, it simply becomes a boat. It has traversed thousands of miles along the Arctic coast and across floating ice floes. The Burlak proves that it is not just a truck, it is a mobile lifeline for anyone brave enough to challenge the polar north, turning a suicide mission into a road trip. If the Burlak is a tank, this next machine is a luxury yacht for the snow. Behold the Avtoros Shaman 8X8. This vehicle gained massive internet fame for its sheer size and futuristic aesthetics, but make no mistake, it is a serious piece of engineering. With 8 wheels, all of which drive and steer, the Shaman is a behemoth. It measures over 20 feet long and is so wide that it requires a special permit just to drive on normal public roads. It represents the ultimate intersection of extreme off-road capability and high-end comfort. The Shaman's claim to fame is its incredible steering system, which features 3 distinct modes. On the highway, only the front 4 wheels turn. Off-road, the rear wheels turn opposite to the front for a tight turning radius. But the coolest feature is crab mode, where all 8 wheels turn in the same direction, allowing the Shaman to drive diagonally sideways. This is crucial on unstable snow or mud, preventing the vehicle from digging its own grave. Powered by an Iveco diesel engine, it has enough torque to climb steep gradients while carrying up to 1.5 tons of cargo over soft terrain. Like its Russian cousin the Burlak, the Shaman is fully amphibious. It features a high-performance pump and a screw propeller option that pushes it through water at about 4 miles per hour. The interior is customizable and can be fitted with leather seats, serving as a command center for up to 9 passengers. It is the ultimate toy for the wealthy adventurer, hunters, or rescue teams who need to conquer the tundra in absolute style. Driving the Shaman feels less like operating a car and more like piloting a spaceship across the frozen surface of an alien planet. Now let's look at a true legend that started it all. Before modern composites and computer chips, there was the Nodwell 110. Originating in Canada in the late 1950s, the Noddy is the grandfather of tracked Arctic transport. Created by Bruce Nodwell, this machine opened up the Canadian North for oil exploration when no other vehicle could handle the muskeg, a deadly mixture of water and peat moss that swallows trucks whole. It was built with a philosophy of rugged simplicity, designed to be fixed with a hammer and a wrench in the middle of nowhere. The Nodwell 110 is famous for its wide steel tracks and rubber belts. These tracks spread the vehicle's weight so effectively that it exerts less pressure on the ground than a human footstep, approximately 2 pounds per square inch. This allows the heavy machine to literally float on top of deep snow and soft swampland where a person would sink to their waist. It is typically powered by a robust V8 engine, often a Ford industrial model, known for being unkillable. With a payload capacity of 11,000 pounds, it became the pack mule of the North. Despite being an older design, thousands of Nodwell 110s are still in active operation today. They serve as fire trucks, drill rigs, and personnel carriers in the most remote corners of Alaska and Siberia. It is not the fastest machine, topping out at around 13 miles per hour, and it certainly isn't the quietest. But the Nodwell 110 built a reputation for absolute reliability. It proved that simple mechanical engineering is timeless. In the world of Arctic exploration, reliability is the only currency that matters, and the Nodwell is the gold standard. From Canada, we travel to Sweden to meet the Hägglunds Bandvagn 206, or simply the BV206. If you have seen a military movie set in the snow, you have likely seen this vehicle. It is an articulated all-terrain carrier, meaning it consists of two separate units connected by a flexible steering mechanism. Unlike a trailer that is just pulled along, the rear unit of the BV206 is active and pushed by the engine. This unique design makes it one of the most agile vehicles ever built for snow, mountains, and treacherous bogs. The secret weapon of the BV206 is that power is delivered to all four tracks on both the front and rear units simultaneously. This gives it incredible traction, allowing it to climb 100% slopes, 45-degree angles, on hard snow. The articulation allows it to bend and contour over large obstacles, rocks, and mounds of ice that would leave a rigid truck high and dry. It is also fully amphibious, capable of swimming across freezing rivers at a speed of 2.5 miles per hour, propelled solely by its own tracks churning the water. Originally designed for the Swedish Army, the BV206 became a massive global success with over 11,000 units produced. It can carry up to 17 combat-equipped soldiers or be fitted as an ambulance, communication center, or firefighting unit. Its lightweight fiberglass reinforced plastic body resists corrosion and keeps the center of gravity low. Whether it is rescuing hikers in the Alps, transporting troops in the Arctic, or fighting forest fires, the BV206 is the definition of versatility. It is small enough to be airdropped by a helicopter, but tough enough to survive the apocalypse. If the BV206 is a versatile soldier, the Vityaz DT-30 is a titan of the frozen earth. This is Soviet engineering at its absolute peak. Developed in the early 1980s, the DT-30 was built for one solitary purpose: to carry impossible loads through the worst terrain in Russia, including Siberia and the Arctic. It is an articulated tracked vehicle like the BV206, but on a monstrous scale. It weighs over 66,000 pounds empty and can carry another 66,000 pounds of cargo. It is the heavy lifter that keeps the remote Russian north alive. The DT-30 is powered by a massive V12 multi-fuel engine producing over 700 horsepower, the kind of power needed to move a small building. What makes it truly insane is its hydraulic articulation system. The driver can actually force the two units to push or pull against each other vertically or horizontally. This allows the vehicle to climb out of ditches, cross wide trenches, or scale vertical walls up to 5 feet high. It solves the logistical nightmare of transporting heavy pipelines and military missiles across deep snow where roads simply do not exist. Despite its gargantuan size, the Vityaz exerts extremely low ground pressure thanks to its ultra-wide tracks. It glides over deep snow that would trap a main battle tank instantly. It has been used to transport rockets, oil rig equipment, and entire research stations. Watching a DT-30 move is like watching a mountain walk. It is slow, unstoppable, and completely indifferent to the frozen world around it. It remains the king of heavy hauling in the polar regions, a testament to the Soviet philosophy of bigger is always better. Fast forward to modern technology with the Prinoth Panther T8. While the old Soviet beasts are cool, the Panther T8 represents the cutting edge of tracked utility vehicles. Manufactured by Prinoth, a global leader in snow groomers, the Panther T8 is designed specifically for heavy construction and utility work in difficult terrains like power line installation in frozen landscapes. It combines speed with brute force, offering a sleek, modern alternative to the clunky crawlers of the past. It looks like a tank designed by Apple, clean, functional, and highly advanced. The Panther T8 stands out because of its unique undercarriage design. It uses a specialized suspension system that allows for a smoother ride and higher speeds than traditional crawlers, reaching working speeds of around 9 miles per hour while carrying a full load. It is powered by a Caterpillar engine that meets modern emission standards, producing 225 horsepower. The key feature here is versatility. The rear chassis can be fitted with a dump box, a crane, or a massive drill, making it a Swiss Army knife for critical infrastructure projects in the middle of nowhere. What is truly impressive is the radar view for the driver. The cab offers immense visibility and advanced controls with a steering wheel instead of levers, making it easy to drive for anyone with a license. The tracks are designed to self-clean, shedding sticky mud and snow so they don't get clogged up and freeze. When the job needs to get done in the middle of a blizzard to restore power to a town, the Panther T8 is the modern workhorse that crews rely on. It brings civilization to places that resist it. Now for a heavy dose of nostalgia. Let's look at the Bombardier B-12 snow bus. Before highways were plowed and salted, these beautiful machines were the only way to travel in rural Canada and the northern US during winter. Invented by Joseph Armand Bombardier, the father of the snowmobile, the B-12 looks like a retro school bus placed on skis and tracks. Produced in the 1940s and 50s, it solved the problem of winter isolation for thousands of communities. It is a machine with a soul crafted from wood and steel. The B-12 features a distinctive aerodynamic body that could carry 12 passengers, hence the name B-12. It rides on 2 front skis for steering and rear tracks for propulsion. The engine is often a flathead 6-cylinder Chrysler industrial engine placed in the rear, pushing the vehicle across the snowscapes at speeds up to 30 miles per hour. The sprocket system for the tracks was revolutionary at the time, allowing the rubber belt to grip the snow without slipping. It served as a school bus, a mail delivery truck, and an ambulance, saving countless lives. The B-12 is more than a machine, it is a cultural icon of the North. Today, restored B-12s are highly coveted collector's items, fetching prices upwards of $30,000. Enthusiasts still use them for ice fishing and vintage snow tours. Seeing one glide across a frozen lake is like watching a time machine in motion. It reminds us of an era when conquering the snow required ingenuity and beautiful design rather than just brute horsepower. It laid the foundation for the massive Bombardier empire we know today. Finally, we end with the master of the mountains, the Piston Bully 300 Polar. You have probably seen these at ski resorts, but you might not realize just how powerful they truly are. This German-engineered machine is designed specifically to groom snow into perfect corduroy surfaces, but the Polar Edition is built for the steepest, most dangerous slopes that defy gravity. It is the vehicle that makes winter sports possible, operating in the dead of night while the world sleeps. It combines extreme climbing ability with delicate precision. The Piston Bully 300. Polar features a massive front blade for pushing tons of snow and a rear tiller for smoothing it out, but its superpower is the winch system. On extremely steep slopes known as Black Diamond runs, where the machine would slide down uncontrollably, it uses a rotating winch on its roof. This winch connects to an anchor point at the top of the mountain with a 3,000-foot steel cable, helping pull the 20,000-pound machine up the vertical face. It effectively allows the Piston Bully to act like a spider climbing a wall. Inside, the cockpit is like an airplane filled with screens and joysticks. The tracks are made of aluminum and rubber, designed with sharp cleats to grip ice like claws. The driver sits in a heated, soundproof cabin, orchestrating this dance on the edge of a cliff. Without these unsung heroes working through the freezing storms, modern skiing and snowboarding simply wouldn't exist. The Piston Bully 300 Polar turns the chaotic, dangerous mountain wilderness into a safe playground for humans, proving that with the right machine, no slope is too steep. From the wind-powered silence of the Windsled to the crushing power of the Soviet Vityaz, these machines prove that human engineering has no limits, even in the deadliest freezing conditions. Each one was built to solve a specific problem, and each one is a legend in its own right. Which one would you choose to survive a zombie apocalypse in the Arctic? The luxury Shaman or the unbreakable Nodwell? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this frozen adventure, hit like and subscribe for more incredible machinery content. Stay warm and see you in the next video. Have you ever wondered, before modern tech-filled SUVs came along, which steel legends conquered the harshest snow-covered roads? Today we're taking a trip back in time to discover the 9 best classic off-roaders for snow that you've never seen before. Each vehicle is a story of power and resilience, challenging all the rules. They will leave you in awe and wanting one for yourself. Stick around until the very end to see who the true king of winter is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more awesome videos, and be sure to leave a comment below telling us which vehicle stole your heart at first sight. This isn't just a vehicle, it's an icon, a living legacy of the World War II military Jeep. The Willys CJ5, with its surprisingly compact and simple design, is the epitome of efficiency. Its powerful Hurricane 4-cylinder engine, combined with a proven 4-wheel drive system, transforms this vehicle into an agile field mouse, effortlessly navigating narrow roads and gliding smoothly over snow. In the snow, the Willys CJ5's lightweight is a massive advantage. It prevents the vehicle from sinking too deep and allows it to easily escape from white, muddy patches. Its transfer case with low gear ratios is a secret weapon, enabling the vehicle to move at an extremely slow speed with immense pulling power, enough to overcome icy obstacles. Its modest appearance conceals an impressive strength that commands respect from anyone who encounters it on a snowy road. Many might consider this an outdated vehicle, but fans of this model know that its simplicity is precisely what makes it reliable. There are no complex electronics or complicated support systems. It's just you, the vehicle, and the snowy road. The Willys CJ5 is living proof that an off-road vehicle doesn't have to be massive to get the job done. If the Willys is an American icon, then the Land Rover Series 3 is the soul of the UK, born to conquer every type of terrain. Produced from 1971 to 1985, the Land Rover Series 3 not only inherited the durability of its predecessors, but was also refined for perfection. Its aluminum body panels are a distinctive feature, providing excellent rust resistance, a huge advantage in the wet, salty, and icy environments of winter. The Series 3's full-time 4-wheel drive system is a legend in the off-road community. It provides superior traction on every surface, from gravel and mud to ice and snow. The high ground clearance and a powerful low-range transfer case allow this vehicle to easily navigate through deep snowdrifts that would leave many modern cars stranded. Its no-frills, function-focused design makes the Series 3 a true workhorse. To this day, this vehicle is sought after not just for its retro charm, but also for its reliability. You can dismantle and repair most of its parts with basic tools. It's not just a mode of transport, it's a loyal companion that will never abandon you in a blizzard. The Land Rover Series 3 is truly one of the greatest classic snow off-roaders of all time. If you need a pickup truck to get through a blizzard, the K20 is one of the top contenders. Part of the legendary CK series, the K20 is the heavy-duty version, with a reinforced suspension and greater payload capacity than the K10. This vehicle is more than just transportation. It's a machine born to work and overcome the most difficult challenges. The robust chassis, powerful 4-wheel drive system, and especially the large displacement V8 engine have transformed the K20 into a beast on snowy roads. Its substantial weight increases traction, allowing it to easily push aside or crush large piles of snow without hesitation. For people living in heavy snowfall areas, the K20 isn't just a vehicle, It's a survival tool that can easily haul snow-clearing equipment or essential supplies. The K20's boxy, masculine look not only exudes power but also represents a resilient spirit. It doesn't fear snow-blocked roads because it was built to tackle them head-on. The strength, durability, and reliability of the K20 have made it a legend, a quiet hero on winter roads. Not as massive as its K20 sibling, the Chevrolet K10 has a more agile and refined beauty. As the light-duty version of the CK series, the K10 is popular for its perfect balance of power and handling. It easily navigates narrower, snow-covered trails while still having a beastly heart under the hood. The K10's four-wheel drive system, combined with more compact V8 engine options, delivers surprisingly good performance in snowy conditions. Its good weight distribution helps the vehicle maintain stability and traction, even when its tires slip on icy surfaces. With its manageable size, the K10 is easier to handle and maneuver in tricky situations, minimizing the risk of getting stuck. Many classic car enthusiasts see the K10 as the optimal choice for snowy adventures. It's not only powerful but also exudes classic style, a perfect blend of beauty and strength. The K10 proves that you don't have to be massive to be a snow-conquering machine. Right from its launch in 1966, the Ford Bronco was born to be an off-road assassin. With its compact design, short wheelbase, and sturdy suspension, the first-generation Bronco quickly became a formidable rival to the Willys CJ and Scout. The combination of its small size and powerful V8 engine created a vehicle with an excellent power-to-weight ratio, allowing it to easily get through snow without much effort. In snowy conditions, the Bronco's low center of gravity and good weight distribution help it maintain stability when moving on snowy slopes. Both the front and rear axles are solid, which allows the tires to grip better on rugged and slippery terrains. This vehicle was designed to withstand all harsh conditions, from scorching deserts to icy mountains. The Ford Bronco is more than just an off-roader, it's a symbol of freedom and exploration. Its simple, no-frills yet extremely masculine appearance has made it a legend. Today, first-generation Broncos are still highly sought after by off-road enthusiasts who understand that a vehicle's true beauty lies in its ability to face challenges. When talking about classic SUVs, the International Harvester Scout 800 must be mentioned. Born to compete directly with the Willys and Ford Bronco, the Scout 800 quickly made a name for itself thanks to its powerful design and incredible durability. It may not be the prettiest vehicle, but it's one of the most reliable you can own. With a high-power V8 engine and a robust four-wheel drive system, the Scout 800 is dubbed an exploration machine. The transfer case provides the necessary low-range gearing to get through deep, snowy roads. A solid chassis and high ground clearance help this vehicle easily overcome icy obstacles. It was born to work, to conquer, and to take you to places other vehicles can't. The simplicity and practicality of the Scout 800 are what make it so appealing. There are no unnecessary features, just a powerful, resilient machine that is always ready for any adventure. For off-road lovers, the Scout 800 is not just a vehicle, it's a loyal companion that will always be with you on the toughest roads. You want a massive pickup truck to handle the snow? Look no further than the Ford F-250 Highboy. Highboy isn't just a name, it's a defining feature. The F-250 Highboy, produced from 1967 to 1977, is famous for its extremely high ground clearance thanks to a leaf spring suspension on both the front and rear axles. This makes it a true giant that can easily get over large piles of snow. The robust chassis, powerful four-wheel drive system, and especially the large displacement V8 engine have transformed the Highboy into a beast in a pickup truck's body. Its substantial weight increases traction, allowing it to easily push aside or crush large piles of snow without hesitation. For people living in heavy snowfall areas, the Highboy isn't just a vehicle, it's a survival tool that can easily haul snow-clearing equipment or essential supplies. The F-250 Highboy is not only a symbol of strength, but also a representative of an era of American pickup trucks. It was the top choice for farmers, hunters, or anyone who needed a reliable vehicle for work in harsh conditions. The power and durability of the Highboy have made it a legend on snowy roads. If you're looking for an unstoppable off-road machine, then the Dodge Power Wagon is the answer. This vehicle was developed based on military trucks from World War II, and its bravery has become legendary. With its immense ground clearance, powerful engine, and durable four-wheel drive system, the Power Wagon is like a tractor disguised as a pickup truck. The transfer case with its extremely powerful low-range gears allows the Power Wagon to crawl over obstacles without any trouble. Its large tires and impressive ground clearance enable it to get through deep snowy roads without getting bogged down. Its pulling power is unmatched, strong enough to pull other stuck vehicles out of a snowdrift. The Dodge Power Wagon isn't a vehicle for everyone. It's bulky, slow, and fuel inefficient. But when the snow falls heavy and all roads are frozen, it's the only vehicle you want by your side. The Power Wagon is proof that strength and resilience are always the keys to conquering any harsh condition. And finally, we come to the king of all terrains, a vehicle not everyone knows but which has become a legend, the Unimog. Not an SUV or a pickup, the Unimog is a multi-purpose vehicle from Mercedes-Benz designed to work in all conditions. Its portal axle system and extraordinary ground clearance have turned it into a machine that is virtually unstoppable in the snow. Thanks to its highly flexible suspension and the ability to lock differentials on all wheels, the Unimog can easily overcome any obstacle, from rocky trails to deep snowfields. The unique twisting frame allows the tires to always maintain contact with the ground, ensuring maximum traction. It's like a walking monster that can get through any terrain, including the most difficult snowy roads. The Unimog is not just a mode of transportation, it's a specialized tool used for rescue missions, snowplowing, and off-road exploration. Its superior power and flexibility make other vehicles bow down. The Unimog is the ultimate proof that when strength meets innovation, nothing is impossible. So we've explored the greatest classic snow off-road legends, from the agility of the Willys and the enduring beauty of the Land Rover to the power of the Chevrolet and Ford, all the way to the extraordinary Unimog. Each of these vehicles embodies a resilient spirit, overcoming all difficulties. These cars have proven that true beauty isn't found in complex technologies, but in the power and ability to conquer. Let us know in the comments which car impressed you the most, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover more exciting things with us. When you think of military might, you probably picture massive tanks shaking the earth. But what happens when the battlefield is covered in 10 feet of soft snow or hidden deep in impassable swamps? Enter the unsung heroes of warfare, the miniature beasts. We're not talking about Jeeps. We are uncovering the 10 smallest, strangest, and most unstoppable tracked military vehicles ever designed to conquer the frozen unknown. Most of these engineering marvels have been forgotten by history, but they saved countless lives. Stick around because number one is so small it didn't even need a driver. If you love uncovering hidden history, hit that subscribe button right now and let me know in the comments which of these tiny tanks you'd want in your garage. Kicking off our list is a Swedish legend that might look familiar, but its capabilities are often underestimated due to its quirky appearance. The Hägglunds BV206 is an articulated, all-terrain carrier originally developed for the harsh Nordic landscape. Unlike standard vehicles, it consists of two separate units joined by a sophisticated steering mechanism that powers all four tracks simultaneously. This unique design allows it to swim over deep snow and swampland where even the lightest infantry would sink. While it may look relatively modern compared to others on this list, its roots are purely utilitarian. It puts incredibly low pressure on the ground, less than half that of a human foot. This means it essentially floats over snow. Capable of carrying up to 17 combat-equipped soldiers across its two distinct sections, the BV206 became the gold standard for cold weather transport, serving in over 25 countries. It is a master of versatility. It's fully amphibious, propelling itself in water with its own tracks, and can climb 60% slopes on hard ground. Though not heavily armored, its small footprint and supreme agility made it indispensable for rapid deployment in Arctic conditions. It proves that sometimes being able to go everywhere is better than being able to fight everything. Next, we head to Canada to look at a machine that blurs the line between civilian workhorse and military asset, the Bombardier Muskeg. Born from the need to traverse Canada's vast, treacherous muskeg, a type of unforgiving bogland that freezes solid in winter, this tractor was a revelation. Bombardier, already famous for inventing the snowmobile, applied their expertise to create this compact tracked utility vehicle in the 1950s. The Muskeg featured a watertight boat-like hull and exceptionally wide rubber tracks reinforced with steel crosslinks. These tracks were its secret weapon, distributing its weight so effectively that it could cross incredibly soft terrain without bogging down. While primarily a commercial success for logging and oil exploration, military forces quickly realized its potential for hauling supplies through northern frontiers where roads simply didn't exist. Powered typically by a robust Chrysler industrial engine, the Muskeg was never meant for the front lines of combat, but for the vital logistics that keep an army alive in sub-zero temperatures. Its ability to tow heavy sleds through deep powder made it a logistical lifeline in the most inhospitable environments on Earth, proving that raw industrial utility often translates perfectly to military necessity. Moving to the brutal eastern front of World War II, we find the Soviet STZ-5. This wasn't just a vehicle, it was a desperate necessity for the Red Army. Designed at the Stalingrad tractor factory, the STZ-5 was a hybrid between an agricultural tractor and a dedicated artillery prime mover. It was small, boxy, and notoriously slow, often maxing out at around 25 kilometers per hour on roads and much less in snow. However, speed wasn't its purpose. Reliability in the ruthless Russian winter was. Built with a simple, rugged multi-fuel engine that could start even when temperatures dropped to bone-chilling levels, the STZ-5 became the workhorse for towing divisional artillery pieces like the 122 mm howitzer. Its wide metal tracks were specifically geared to churn through the thick mud of the Rasputitsa season and the deep snows of winter offensives. Despite over 9,900 being built, few survived the war. They were driven until they broke, often abandoned when they could no longer move. Yet, without these tiny, unassuming tractors dragging guns to the front lines through impossible terrain, many key Soviet counteroffensives might have stalled in the snow. It is a testament to ugly, purely functional engineering. Before the BV-206 conquered the world, there was its smaller, arguably cuter predecessor, the Hägglunds Beef 202. Developed in the late 1950s for the Swedish Army, this was the machine that pioneered the articulated steering concept for snow vehicles. It is noticeably smaller and narrower than its successor, giving it an almost toy-like appearance today, but don't let that fool you. The BV-202 was powered by a reliable Volvo engine, and just like its descendant, power was delivered to both the front and rear tracked units. Its defining feature was its utter silence on the snow compared to heavier tanks, and its almost magical ability to not get stuck. It used a unique system where the front unit could pivot to steer the rear unit, allowing it to snake through dense winter forests that would trap larger vehicles. It served for decades as the primary over-snow transport for NATO's northern flanks. While it lacked armor and defensive weaponry, its defense was its invisibility. It was so small and quiet against a snowy backdrop that it could move troops undetected. It remains a collector's favorite today due to its simplicity and incredible off-road performance. Let's rewind all the way to the end of World War I for an American experiment in miniaturization. The Ford 3-ton M1918. While often called a tank, it was more of an armed tracked runabout. Designed by the Ford Motor Company, it utilized not one but two Model T engines, with each engine powering one track. It was an ingenious, if somewhat bizarre, attempt to use mass-production automotive technology for war. Standing barely taller than a crouching man, it was incredibly cramped for its two-man crew, a driver and a gunner. Its small size was intended to let it swarm battlefields, overwhelming enemy trenches by sheer numbers rather than heavy armor. While it didn't see major combat in WWI due to the war ending, its design principles inadvertently made it a decent cross-country vehicle. It wasn't specifically designed for snow, but its remarkably light weight, just 3 tons, as the name implies, meant it didn't sink into soft ground as easily as the behemoth British heavy tanks of the era. It represents one of history's first true attempts at creating a compact armored fighting vehicle, paving the way for the tankettes that would see widespread use in the 1930s. Returning to the Soviet Union, we encounter the T-20 Komsomolets. If you thought the STZ-5 was small, the T-20 is positively tiny. Introduced in 1937, this was a fully armored artillery tractor, but it was so compact that the gun crew it was towing often had to ride exposed on small bench seats on the outside of the vehicle, freezing in the winter air. The T-20 was armed with a single machine gun and a small commander's cupola, giving it some bite, but its real job was towing light anti-tank guns like the 45mm directly into the heat of battle. Its small profile made it a difficult target for enemy gunners, which was fortunate because its armor was only designed to stop small arms fire. In deep snow, its automotive-based engine often struggled, but it was still better than horses. Thousands were produced and they bore the brunt of the early German invasion. You will often see them in historical footage, scurrying around massive Tiger or Panther tanks like angry beetles. They were eventually replaced by Lend-Lease vehicles, but the little T-20 held the line when the Red Army needed mobility most desperately. As World War II expanded into Arctic regions, the U.S. Army Air Forces needed something specific, a rescue vehicle that could reach downed pilots in the remotest, snowiest reaches of Alaska and Greenland. Enter the Allis-Chalmers M7 snow tractor. Looking like a cross between a Jeep and a miniature half-track that forgot its front wheels, the M7 was a dedicated snow machine. It featured a unique half-track system where the tracks could be fitted with skis in the front for steering or wheels for harder ground. It was heavily reliant on components from agricultural tractors, making it rugged and easy to repair in the field. Its primary mission wasn't fighting, it was survival. It towed rescue sleds, hauled warming equipment for frozen airplane engines, and broke trails for infantry. The M7 is often forgotten because it was a support vehicle, not a combat star. However, its specialized design for deep powder snow was ahead of its time. It bridged the gap between clumsy converted trucks and the true purpose-built snowcats that would follow later in the war. Now we reach a true legend, the M29 Weasel. This vehicle owes its existence to a wild, never-executed plan called Operation Plow, a proposal to drop elite commando units into Nazi-occupied Norway to destroy heavy water plants. They needed a vehicle that could be dropped by parachute, handle the deepest snow imaginable, and still carry weapons. Studebaker answered the call with the Weasel. The Weasel was a masterpiece of compromised engineering. It had wide tracks that took up almost the entire width of the vehicle, giving it ground pressure lower than a human skier. It could practically drive on clouds. Early versions were even designed to float. While Operation Plow was canceled, the Weasel was too good to waste. It was deployed everywhere from the muddy fields of Europe to the volcanic sands of Iwo Jima. It became the definitive light cargo carrier of WOT. After the war, it found a second life in Antarctic expeditions and ski resorts, proving that its design was nearly perfect for its intended environment. It is practically the grandfather of all modern civilian snowcats. At number 2 is perhaps the most recognizable oddity of WO2, the German Kettenkrad. Is it a motorcycle? Is it a tank? It's both. Officially designated the Kleines Kettenkraftrad HK-101, It was designed initially for German paratroopers as a light tractor that could fit inside the Junkers Ju-52 transport plane. It featured a motorcycle front fork for steering and a complex interleave track system, identical to those found on Tiger tanks, just miniaturized at the rear. This gave it incredible traction in mud and Russian snow, where standard motorcycles would immediately fail. The driver straddled it like a bike, while two passengers could sit facing backward behind him. Despite its ridiculous appearance, it was beloved by German troops. It was fast, highly maneuverable, and could tow surprising loads, including aircraft like the Me-262 jet fighter, to save aviation fuel on the tarmac. It stands as a unique example of German over-engineering creating something wonderfully weird yet highly effective. And finally, the #1 smallest tracked military vehicle is the one that really breaks the rules: the Goliath. Technically known as the Leichter Ladungsträger Goliath, this wasn't a vehicle for people, it was a suicide robot. Standing only about a foot high and 4 feet long, these tiny track machines were remote-controlled via a long trailing wire connected to a joystick operated by a hidden German soldier. The Goliath was designed to carry 60 to 100 kilograms of high explosives into places too dangerous for soldiers, like heavily fortified bunkers or under enemy tanks. It would trundle slowly across the battlefield, looking like a toy, before detonating its massive payload. It came in both electric and gasoline-powered versions. While terrifying in concept, they were often ineffective. The control wires would get cut by artillery, or they would simply get stuck in trenches. However, they represent the very first practical deployment of remote-controlled drone vehicles in combat. It is the ultimate small military vehicle because it removed the human element entirely, a chilling precursor to modern robotic warfare. From Swedish snowwalkers and Soviet mini-tractors to German remote-controlled mines, these 10 tiny machines prove that size isn't everything on the battlefield. They conquered terrain that stopped giants in their tracks. Which one of these miniature marvels surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into obscure military history, please subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss our next mission. Thanks for watching. The Arctic is not just a frozen wasteland, it is the ultimate graveyard for ordinary machines. But humanity refuses to stay indoors. To conquer the most unforgiving terrain on Earth, engineers have created mechanical monsters that defy the laws of physics. We are talking about beasts that float on water, crush ice walls, and carry entire crews through blizzards that would freeze a man in seconds. You might think you know off-road vehicles, but trust me, you have never seen anything like this. Which one of these could survive a zombie apocalypse? Let us know in the comments below. Buckle up, hit that subscribe button right now, and prepare to be blown away. These are 9 insane Arctic off-road vehicles built to conquer ice and snow that you won't believe actually exist. Kicking off our list is a compact powerhouse from Russia that bridges the gap between a tractor and an ATV, the Tingertrack C500. While many light utility vehicles struggle in deep snow, the C500 is engineered specifically for the swamps and taiga of Siberia. It sits on 2 reinforced 500mm wide continuous tracks. These tracks are key to its performance, creating an incredibly low ground pressure of just 0.05 kilograms per square centimeter. This means it doesn't dig into the snow, it floats on top of it, gliding where heavy trucks would instantly sink and get stuck. Under the hood, the C500 ditches the small ATV engines for a robust automotive-grade engine, typically a reliable Sherry 3 or 4-cylinder unit producing around 57 to 68 horsepower depending on the specific trim. This is paired with a continuously variable transmission, CVT, which ensures torque is delivered smoothly without shifting gears, a critical feature when momentum is the only thing keeping you moving in powder snow. It boasts a towing capacity of nearly 800 kilograms, 1,700 lbs, making it a workhorse for hauling logs, supplies, or rescue equipment in remote villages. But its best trick is its amphibious capability. The TingerTrack C500 features a seamless high-density polyethylene HDPE body that is completely watertight. If you encounter a frozen lake with thin ice, you don't have to turn back. You drive right in. The tracks act as paddles, propelling the vehicle through the water at about 3 miles per hour. It's not a speedboat, but it gets you across. For adventurers and workers who need a machine small enough to trailer but tough enough to float, the TingerTrack C500 is a verified survival tool. Next, we have the machine chosen to replace the legendary small unit support vehicle for the U.S. Army, the BAE Systems Beowulf. Manufactured by BAE Systems Hägglunds in Sweden, this is technically known as the BVS-10 Beowulf. It is an unarmored, tracked, articulated all-terrain vehicle. The articulated design is what makes it unstoppable. It consists of a front cabin and a rear car connected by a hydraulic steering mechanism. This allows the vehicle to snake over obstacles, keeping its tracks on the ground even when climbing over jagged ice ridges or massive rocks. The Beowulf is a beast of logistics. It won the U.S. Army's Cold Weather All-Terrain Vehicle (CATV) competition because of its sheer capability. Powered by a massive 6.7-liter Cummins diesel engine, it delivers ample power to both the front and rear units. Unlike its armored military cousins, the Beowulf is lighter, allowing for a higher payload capacity of up to 8,000 kilograms over 17,000 lbs. It can traverse snow, swamps, and soft soil with ease, thanks to wide rubber tracks that minimize ground pressure. Crucially, the Beowulf is fully amphibious without any special preparation. It can plunge into freezing waters and swim at roughly 4 knots. The cabin is designed with large windows for situational awareness and a high-capacity heating system essential for Arctic warfare. Its modular rear section can be fitted as a troop carrier, ambulance, or cargo hauler. This isn't just a snowcat. It is a strategic asset that ensures troops and supplies can move when the thermometer drops to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We cannot talk about Arctic vehicles without honoring the American legend, the Tucker Snowcat. Originating from Medford, Oregon, this machine is famous for its role in the 1957 Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic Expedition. The Tucker is instantly recognizable by its 4 independent track systems, known as pontoons. Unlike modern machines that use flat tracks, the Tucker's steel tracks rotate around large, hollow pontoons. These pontoons provide buoyancy in soft snow and in some historical models even allowed for limited floating on water, though they are primarily for snow flotation. The engineering brilliance of the Tucker lies in its steering and traction. It uses a 5th wheel steering system where the front and rear axles pivot, similar to how a car turns but with tracks. This means the tracks are always facing the direction of travel, reducing friction and preserving the trail. Power typically came from Chrysler Industrial Hemi V8s in the classic models, providing the low-end grunt needed to pull heavy sled trains across the Antarctic plateau. The steel cleats on the tracks are designed to bite into hard-packed ice, offering traction that rubber tracks often struggle to match. Today, restored Tucker Snowcats are highly prized. They are still used for grooming snowmobile trails and accessing remote utility towers on mountain peaks. The design is so robust that many 60-year-old models are still running with their original parts. While they lack the speed of modern ATVs, the Tucker Snowcat remains a symbol of mechanical endurance. It proved that to conquer the poles, you didn't need high-tech computers. You needed American steel and a brilliant pontoon design. Moving to a modern Russian marvel, we have the Shatun ATV. It is crucial to distinguish this from the famous Sherp. While they look similar with their gigantic low-pressure tires, the Shatun uses an articulated steering system, a fracture frame, whereas the Sherp is a skid-steer, tank-turn vehicle. The Shatun's body is split in 2, allowing the front and rear sections to twist independently. This articulation ensures that all 4 wheels stay in contact with the ground, providing superior traction on uneven ice blocks and fallen trees. The tires are the defining feature. They are enormous, ultra-low-pressure tires that act as the vehicle's suspension. There are no springs or shock absorbers. The tires swallow the bumps. Powering the Shatoon is a reliable Japanese Kubota V1505 diesel engine. It's a 1.5-liter, 44-horsepower engine, chosen for fuel efficiency and reliability rather than speed. Top speed is only about 45 km/h on land, but range is king in the Arctic. The Shatoon can idle for days and sip fuel, keeping the crew warm. Like others on this list, the Shatoon is amphibious. The tires contain enough air volume to float the vehicle high in the water, and the tire treads act as paddles. The articulated steering is a huge advantage when exiting water onto ice. The driver can wiggle the front end onto the ice shelf to find grip, a maneuver that rigid vehicles often fail at. With a vertical step climbing ability of over 1 meter, the Shatoon is designed for surveyors and geologists who need to cross terrain where literally no road exists. Taking innovation a step further is the Rusak 888, a vehicle that brings hybrid technology to the frozen tundra. Developed by the KM project in Russia, the Rusak K8 is a heavy amphibious transporter designed for the extreme north. Its 888 configuration features 8 low-pressure tires, but the drivetrain is what makes it unique. It employs a diesel-electric hybrid system. A small conventional engine, often a 1.2L Nissan or similar, acts solely as a generator, charging batteries which then power electric motors driving the wheels. This hybrid approach solves several Arctic problems. First, electric drive provides instant torque at 0 RPM, crucial for crawling out of deep snow. Second, the system eliminates heavy mechanical transmissions and drive shafts, saving weight. Third, it provides redundancy. If the main generator fails, the battery buffer can still move the vehicle for a short distance. The Rusak is also built with a duralumin body to prevent corrosion and keep weight down. The 8-wheel layout ensures that ground pressure is minimal, protecting the fragile tundra vegetation. It is fully amphibious, using water jets for propulsion at speeds up to 10 km/h in water. The vehicle is insulated to operate in temperatures ranging from +40 to 50 degrees Celsius. The Rusak 888 proves that hybrid engines aren't just for saving gas in the city. They are a viable high-torque solution for surviving the harshest environments on the planet. Now for the heavy artillery. The Kamaz Arktika is a prototype created by Russia's largest truck manufacturer specifically to open up the Arctic territories. Available in 6x6 and massive 8x8 configurations, this is not a standard truck modified for snow. It is a ground-up build. The most striking feature is its articulated frame. Because the tires are so wide, over 1 meter specifically for flotation, they cannot turn inside the wheel wells like a normal truck. Therefore, the entire front of the truck pivots relative to the rear to steer. The engine options for the Arktika include the classic Kamaz V8 or a modern inline-6 turbo diesel capable of hauling up to 13 tons of cargo. The ground clearance is immense, allowing it to straddle snowdrifts. The tires feature adjustable pressure, allowing the driver to deflate them from the cab to increase the contact patch on soft snow, then reinflate them for harder ice roads. This flotation ability is critical to prevent the 30-ton vehicle from sinking. The Arktika carries a dedicated living module behind the cab. This is a fully autonomous survival pod with beds, a galley, a shower, and a power generator. It allows a crew of 3 to live comfortably for weeks without outside support. This vehicle is designed for the Northern Sea Route infrastructure projects, proving that when you need to move mountains in the Arctic, you bring a Kamaz. From slow giants to the world's fastest dual-tracked vehicle, the Ripsaw EV3 F4. Manufactured by Howe & Howe in Maine, USA, the Ripsaw started as a military project but evolved into a high-end luxury vehicle for civilians. The EV3 F4 stands for Extreme Vehicle 3, Floating 4, Seater. While floating here refers to the suspension feel, not water buoyancy, though it can wade, the machine is an engineering marvel. It is powered by a Duramax 6.6L V8 turbo diesel, often tuned to produce upwards of 800 horsepower and 500 lb-ft of torque. The suspension is the star of the show. It features roughly 16 inches of travel, allowing the Ripsaw to hit speeds of over 60 miles per hour on rough terrain. The tracks are made of high-strength rubber, not steel, which allows for these high speeds without tearing up the vehicle. It is widely considered the supercar of tanks. The cockpit floats on air suspension separate from the chassis, isolating the passengers from the violence of the terrain below. Inside, you find Bose aviation headsets, gull-wing doors, and a thermal night vision camera. It's an expensive toy costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it offers performance that no other tracked vehicle can touch. It can drift on ice, jump snowbanks, and climb 70-degree gradients. For the adrenaline junkie who wants to dominate the winter landscape rather than just survive it, the Ripsaw is the ultimate weapon. The Torsus Praetorian holds the title of the world's first heavy-duty off-road bus. Manufactured by Torsus in the Czech Republic, it is built on a heavily upgraded MAN truck chassis. This ensures that parts and service are available worldwide, a key factor for reliability. The Praetorian is designed to carry up to 35 personnel into mining sites, ski resorts, or disaster zones. It is powered by a 6.9-liter MAN diesel engine producing 290 horsepower and roughly 150 newton-meters of torque. The drivetrain is a permanent 4x4 with locking differentials on the front and rear axles, plus an interaxle lock. This means all wheels turn at the same speed, providing maximum grip on slippery ice. It sits on Michelin off-road tires and features a ground clearance of 400 millimeters. The body is coated in a Line-X-style protective polymer to resist scratches and ice buildup. The Praetorian is verified to climb 65% inclines and wade through 900 meters of water. Inside, the seats are special off-road seats with 3-point seat belts to keep passengers secure when the bus is tilting sideways on a snowy mountain pass. It replaces the need for a fleet of SUVs, offering a single, robust solution for moving people in the Arctic. It is rugged, safe, and undeniably impressive to see in action. Concluding our list is the accessible hero, the Argo Frontier 650-88. Made in Ontario, Canada, Argo is the world leader in XTVs, extreme terrain vehicles. The Frontier 650 is powered by a reliable Briggs & Stratton Vanguard V-twin air-cooled engine, producing around 23 horsepower. It might sound small compared to the Kamaz, but the vehicle is incredibly light. It uses an 8-wheel drive system where all wheels are chain-driven. For Arctic use, the Argo is almost always fitted with its optional rubber tracks. These tracks wrap around the tires, turning the 888 into a tracked vehicle with essentially zero ground pressure. This allows it to float on top of deep powder snow where a human would sink to their waist. The Admiral transmission allows for progressive steering, braking the inner wheels to turn the vehicle within its own length. It is fully amphibious, capable of swimming across breaks in the ice. The body is a vacuum-formed polyethylene tub, making it durable and rust-proof. It can carry up to 6 people on land. For hunters, ice fishermen, and cabin owners, the Argo is the most practical and verified tool for winter travel. It proves that you don't need $1 million budget to conquer the ice, you just need verified Canadian engineering. From the hybrid technology of the Rusak to the sheer speed of the Ripsaw and the heavy-duty capacity of the Kamaz Arctica, these machines represent the pinnacle of human ingenuity in the face of nature's freezer. They are verified, real, and ready for the apocalypse. But I have to ask, if you were stranded in a whiteout blizzard, which one of these 9 beasts would you trust with your life? Would you go for the massive Kamaz house on wheels or the agile Schotten ATV? Let me know your choice in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Arctic tech, please hit that like button and subscribe. We have more extreme engineering coming your way. Stay warm, and I'll see you in the next video. Have you ever wondered what kind of machine is powerful enough to cross the harshest frozen lands, where every normal vehicle fails? We're not talking about your average trucks or SUVs, but beasts born to dominate the terrain. From the frigid plains of Siberia to mountaintop mining sites, these vehicles are the ultimate symbol of strength and engineering excellence. And in today's video, we're going to explore 9 of the biggest off-road snow trucks in the world. Get ready, because what you're about to see will be unforgettable. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to not miss any of our exciting vehicle content, and let us know in the comments which truck impressed you the most. When it comes to legendary snow vehicles, you can't help but mention the Nodwell 110, a product from Canada, where snow blankets the land all year long. Manufactured in the 1960s, the Nodwell 110 wasn't a conventional vehicle but a specialized machine with a unique dual-track design. Instead of just one pair of tracks on each side, the Nodwell 110 used 2 pairs, which optimally distributed its weight on soft snow. This provided flexible mobility and superior traction, making it nearly impossible to get stuck. Its body was made of heavy-duty steel, which was both light and durable, allowing it to carry a significant payload while maintaining a steady speed. With its massive size and specialized design, the Nodwell 110 became an essential tool in the oil and gas and pipeline construction industries in the wildlands of Canada and Alaska. It was often used to haul heavy equipment, transport workers, and carry supplies through roadless areas where there was only snow and ice. Its incredible durability and performance in harsh conditions have made the Nodwell 110 a living legend. To this day, these vehicles are still sought after by collectors and off-road enthusiasts. The Nodwell 110 is not just a vehicle but a technical heritage, representing the pioneering spirit of conquering the challenges of nature. Next is a vehicle named Bluebird, but with the power of a giant bear. The ZIL 4906 is one of the most unique and rare off-road vehicles of the Soviet Union, designed for a top-secret mission, rescuing cosmonauts returning from space. With 6 giant wheels and a full all-wheel drive system, the ZIL 4906 is capable of traversing any terrain, from sand deserts and swamps to vast snowfields. Its sealed body structure and special amphibious design allow it to operate effectively in flood conditions, turning it into a land-based amphibious craft. What makes the ZIL 4906 impressive is its ability to operate as part of the Bluebird complex. It can carry a smaller amphibious vehicle and a rescue team of specialists and medical equipment. In the event that cosmonauts land in remote, hard-to-reach areas, the ZIL 4906 would be the first vehicle on the scene, ensuring their safety. This vehicle is not just a means of transport but also a mobile rescue center, fully equipped to deal with the most critical situations. The ZIL 4906 is a testament to the creativity and superior engineering of Soviet engineers, a symbol of courage and determination in the conquest of space. The Trom-20 is a Russian off-road machine famous for its ultra-low-pressure tires. This vehicle was designed to conquer the swamps and soft snowy terrains of Siberia. The most unique feature is its giant tires, inflated to a fraction of the pressure of conventional tires. This allows the Trom-20 to float on soft snow without sinking, much like a boat floats on water. The wide contact patch of the tires also helps it overcome obstacles easily, from small rocks to fallen logs. The Trom-20 is equipped with a powerful gasoline engine, providing enough torque to climb steep slopes and move on slippery surfaces. Its independent suspension on each wheel helps it adapt to uneven terrain, providing a smooth and stable ride. The cab is designed to be simple yet effective, with all the necessary amenities for the driver to operate for long hours. While not a military or large-scale construction vehicle, the Trom-20 is an invaluable tool for exploration, rescue, and cargo transport in pristine wilderness areas. It is a prime example of using low-pressure tires to achieve superior performance. The Ural 5920 is a heavy-duty Russian track transport vehicle developed in the 1970s with the goal of creating a vehicle capable of carrying large payloads across the harshest terrains. With its unique design, the Ural 5920 uses 2 sets of tracks, similar to a light tank but is engineered to move on snow and mud. Its body is made of durable steel, capable of withstanding impacts and abrasion, which helps it operate effectively in frigid and challenging environments. A unique feature of this vehicle is its ability to operate at extremely low temperatures, making it an indispensable tool for activities in the far north. The Ural 5920 is equipped with a powerful diesel engine, providing enough power to climb steep slopes and overcome obstacles. Its suspension system is specially designed to minimize vibrations and provide stability when carrying heavy loads. The vehicle's cabin is equipped with an effective heating system, ensuring the driver's comfort in harsh weather conditions. The Ural 5920 is not only used in military operations but is also widely applied in logging, pipeline construction, and rescue. It is a symbol of strength and durability, a vehicle born to challenge the limits of nature. The ZIL E-167 is a prime example of the creative and daring experimentation of Soviet engineers. Built in 1963, this vehicle was an off-road prototype with 6 giant wheels and an unmistakable design. With 2 V8 engines located in the front and rear, the ZIL E-167 had a total output of up to 360 horsepower, an impressive number for its time. This power was transmitted to all 6 wheels, ensuring flexible mobility on any terrain. Its tires were specially designed with large treads, providing superior traction on snow and mud. The ZIL E-167 was not just a vehicle, but a mobile laboratory. Engineers tested many advanced technologies on this vehicle, including independent suspension and an automatic tire inflation system, which allowed the driver to adjust tire pressure on the go. Although the ZIL E-167 was never mass-produced, it provided valuable data for the development of later Soviet off-road vehicles. It is a testament to the courage and determination of the engineers who dared to think big and create machines that overcame every technical limitation. The ZIL E-167 is a symbol of pioneering and innovation in the automotive industry. The Tatra T813 Kolos is a true beast from former Czechoslovakia. Manufactured starting in 1967, this vehicle is famous for its unique central backbone tube chassis design, a signature feature of the Tatra company. This chassis not only provides superior rigidity and durability, but also allows the wheels to move independently, helping the vehicle navigate rough terrain flexibly. With its all-wheel drive system ranging from 8C8 to 10X10, the Tatra T813 has the ability to overcome all obstacles, from steep slopes to muddy roads. The Tatra T813 is equipped with an air-cooled V12 diesel engine, which produces up to 270 horsepower. This engine is not only powerful but also very durable, capable of operating in all weather conditions without needing a water cooling system. The Tatra T813 was widely used in military construction and mining operations. It was often used to tow heavy trucks, transport pontoons, and mount weapon systems. With its combination of unique design and superior power, the Tatra T813 Kolos has become a legend in the world of off-road vehicles. It is a testament to the creativity and sophisticated engineering of Czechoslovakian engineers. The MZ-543 is a Soviet military vehicle, famous for its role as a launch platform for strategic ballistic missiles. Manufactured since the 1960s, this vehicle has a distinctive split-cab design, a prominent feature that makes it easily recognizable. The split cab was designed to house the crew and control equipment, while the middle section of the vehicle was left open to mount massive military equipment. With 8 wheels and a full all-wheel drive system, the MZ-543 is capable of flexible movement on any terrain, from sand deserts to snow-covered roads. The MZ-543 is equipped with a powerful V12 diesel engine with a power output of up to 525 horsepower. This power is transmitted to all 8 wheels, ensuring stable and effective movement even when carrying an extremely large payload. Besides its role as a missile launcher, the MZ-543 is also used to carry heavy military equipment, act as a tractor, and mount air defense systems. It is a symbol of the military might and manufacturing prowess of the Soviet Union. Its durability, reliability, and ability to operate in all conditions have made the MAZ 543 one of the most respected military vehicles of all time. The Vityaz DT-10 is one of the world's largest tracked vehicles, a machine specially designed to conquer the snowy, boggy, and extremely rugged terrains of Russia. Its breakthrough lies in its two-part body design, which is connected by a flexible central hinge. This unique structure allows the vehicle to twist and flex in all directions, helping it easily overcome large obstacles like deep ditches and high mounds that other vehicles cannot. The wide and long track system is also key, as it optimally distributes the vehicle's weight, ensuring the Vityaz DT-10 can move on soft snow without sinking, while maintaining superior traction and stability. The power of the Vityaz DT-10 comes from a mighty V12 diesel engine, which provides enough horsepower to pull a colossal payload. With the ability to carry tens of tons of cargo and operate in extremely low temperatures, the Vityaz DT-10 has become an indispensable tool for military and oil and gas operations in the frigid regions of Siberia. It's often used to transport heavy equipment, carry troops, and deliver supplies through roadless areas where there is only ice and snow. The Vityaz DT-10 is not just a vehicle but a symbol of Russian engineering, a machine created to prove that no terrain is impassable. Last on our list is a true giant, the Cat-Cress AHT-730C. This is one of the largest mining trucks in the world, designed to transport hundreds of tons of ore and rock across rough and steep roads. While not a snow truck in the traditional sense, its immense size and incredible power still make it a formidable off-road beast. With 6 colossal wheels and a powerful V20 diesel engine, the Cat-Cress AHT-730C can haul up to 400 tons of cargo, challenging all limits of payload on land. The power of this truck comes from an engine with a displacement of over 100 liters and a power output of up to 4,000 horsepower, an astonishing number. Its multi-disc hydraulic braking system ensures absolute safety even when hauling an enormous load downhill. Despite its massive size, the Cat-Cress AHT-730C is still capable of reaching a top speed of up to 68 km/h, 42 mph. It is widely used in coal, iron ore, and copper mines worldwide, operating continuously in the harshest conditions. With its superior power and durability, the Cat-Cress AHT-730C is a symbol of dominance in the mining industry, a machine born to challenge all technical limits. You've seen the Nodwell 110, ZIL 4906, Trom 20, Ural 5920, ZIL E167, Tatra T8113, MAZ 543, Vityaz DT-10, and the Cat-Cress AHT-730C. Each vehicle is a legend with its own story and power. They are living proof of human creativity and resilience in the fight to conquer the harshest terrains. Let us know which vehicle impressed you the most, and don't forget to subscribe to explore more mysteries of the automotive world. See you in the next video.